Okay, this is going to be quite possibly the shortest review of the BoboVR A2 Air Edition on YouTube. So, to be fair to Bobo, compatible with Quest 2 on the box. It's a very basic design. It slides over the arms and you use sort of rubber pads to hold it based on your different head straps. Ideally, this is probably only targeted towards their M2 Plus or the Halo style that's in this picture here. But this is the non-powered, non-battery amped version, so it's just a 3.5mm headphone. So there's no reason it won't work on any other headphones or headphone jacks from different headsets. So, without further ado, here's it on the Pico new free link. And immediately I'll give you the red flags here. J-Brat's mentioned this in his review with the Quest 2. He has a fan accessory on this Quest 2. Obviously, Pico headsets have better fans than the Quest, quite more bulky fans. You don't normally hear that through your ears normally, but the problem with a design like this is all of that fan noise is transferring through the plastic and then into your ears. So these are no good for me at all, unfortunately. And the second problem I have, again, you're going to come up against this on all Elite straps with any audio solution. Your ears are normally sort of halfway up or towards the top of the actual Elite strap, because obviously you can tuck your ears underneath here. With audio solutions, they're going to need to be incredibly thin, and these are just not. So I cannot actually get this near my ear in the correct place, and I mean sitting inside here, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass to bring down and adjust, even though they have got the pivot. Yeah, it's not ideal. And again, I've got the Kiwi Elite for the Quest 2, so I'm not saying this is a fault of their design and stuff. It's just Elite straps. And again, they do give you different cups, which is probably your only way out of this solution, to wear them like normal headphones over the top of an Elite strap. So your cup is on the outside, but I hate that. I just hate that. So yeah, that's not for me. On the ones I've received here, unfortunately, I have no way of testing this. I don't know whether this cable is faulty, or I don't know whether the speaker's faulty, because I only have sound out of one ear. And this isn't obviously down to what I'm using here right now. This is just a 3.5mm jack. I'm doing USB sound right now. I've obviously extended it to the 3.5 jack on the headset as well. It makes no odds. The only sound you get to this speaker is through this cable. And unfortunately, they've gone with a 2.5mm jack. So I'm screwed. I don't have any of those in my collection. It's going to be sort of a pain in the ass to source as well for that length. Or replacements from Bobo, whatever. So yeah, I can't fully judge the sound quality from what I can judge out of one ear, and just comparing to one ear on my other audio solutions, this just sounds terrible. So again, I can't give that a full claim, because you obviously need both to get a good grasp on how it's going to sound. So unfortunately, with audio solutions, it's going to be your preference anyway, whether you like bass or treble or like any mids, highs, whatever. I've got my Doom Eternal soundtrack going. I know what Doom Eternal sounds like on big speakers, headphones, little speakers, earbuds. So right now this is a bit disappointing, but it is only out of the one ear. So yeah, I don't know what else I can cover really. Unfortunately, these are going to have to go back. The fit and finish, the build quality is really nice. The springs are a bit too tight, if I'm being brutally sort of picky. So adjusting these arms out is a bit of a nightmare. In this situation on the Pico, it's almost laughable. I mean, you can see that I've not shimmed this yet, so it still slides forward and back. But the rotation, that is basically down by my jaw, so that's a bit pointless. And when you rotate up, I can't go any further because this is hitting, obviously, and stopping it going further up, and then the cups are too far in, so you're squashed basically to try and get these interiors properly. But again, that is just an Elite style strap. To be fair, if they advertise Quest 2 and they advertise Halo strap on the box, I would stick with what they advertise. So your mileage is obviously going to vary, and I guess they include these because they know that with the Elite style strap, that's going to have to go over the top. So they're obviously not touching your ears, so your sound quality is going to suffer there as well. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I can't really give any more than that because again, they're broken, faulty. So yeah, I'm not having a dig at Bobo. I was quite looking forward to sort of a slot-on solution. You will see in a later video that I've spent a lot of money and a lot of time even designing my own stuff, so doing a fair comparison between them all, I will give Bobo the credit here. Compared to the Logitech Chorus, I'd like these more than the Logitech Chorus, even though one of them's working, because again I've not even bothered to review these because they're just terrible. These are powered by USB, so they give you an amp, they give you some EQ obviously built in. The issue with that is there's constant signal processing noise, like a white noise. It just sounds awful, and I don't know what they've done to try and get more bass, because I understand off-ear speakers lack bass. I'm fully aware of that, trying to design my own. So their solution is basically to crank the bass, but the problem with that is it's taking out all of the other frequencies, and you've only got to start up lone echo and the very like loading screen music. That sub-bass tone just makes this fart. It literally farts. It's fucking awful. So yeah, you can tell I've been through them all. I've been through a lot. I'm still not found something I'm happy with. The only thing that I've found so far is, ironically, the Porta Pros. I'm going way back to basically what the CV1 I've used as a driver, and I'll show that in a later video. But for what I've got here, this Bobo A2 Air, and again that is the Air. I can't tell you what they sound like, unfortunately. I'm going to have to return these, and based on what I was hoping anyway, I was hoping that these would be a bit thinner. Not many reviewers have obviously looked at that with the Elite style straps. It's just no good for me with Elite style straps. I don't particularly like halos. My Quest 2 is still on the Bobo M2, and I'm actually powering my phone today from their battery, because I got about 5% battery on my phone. So yeah, if you are buying these, I would suggest just sticking with the actual Halo design Quest 2 head strap, because I can't see these really suiting any elite style straps unless you are happy to use these cups and put them over the top. And again, J-Brat's covered this in his review of the amped version. These aren't the strongest magnets in the world, so you've only got to clip these and they just come flying off. So yeah, good idea, sort of slightly failed execution. I don't know really what they could do apart from make the drivers thinner. I will show that in my later review what I've had to do with the Porta Pro solution I'm using. But yeah, for fit and finish I can't fault it. For sound quality I can't properly judge it. But yeah, it's not the best of starts, not the greatest reviews, but I just thought I'd put my feedback up there because these are obviously the new hot version. They're still about £60 in the UK, which I honestly wouldn't pay that for these if I was actually sort of recommending them based off even just a one-ear sound quality I'm hearing at the moment. You can tell most of the money's gone into the R&D, the plastics, the moulding, yeah, the engineering, not necessarily the sound quality. So yeah, the speakers themselves, they do give you obviously all of the frequencies and stuff online. There's nothing on the box as such. So yeah, not ideal, not perfect. Can't really recommend. Sorry guys.